welcome to another episode. It's a Man's World, and we're coming to you from the secluded, spectacular, intriguing, unique WAG Celebrity Master Barbershop and Bendel's Main
I think
Road.
it's supposed to be Master Celebrity.
I don't even know what it is, but it's a great place. If you need to get your hair cut, if you need to have some breakfast on a Sunday, if you need to hear some crap, this is the place to come.
But you're definitely gonna need Google Maps to find this place.
Nah, it's not that bad. Just come wherever. Well, when you see the cars, just walk in. Any yard.
Just for the mango tree.
The mango tree. on
Bendel's
the
Road.
mango tree, really. Today we're going to be talking about relationships a bit. We're going to be talking about if it's, well, men, you always hear men talk about the fact that they want to have more than one woman.
Right.
Especially in the bedroom. But, you know.
In life.
In life. But is it culture for the woman to want an extra? We're going to be talking about that and a lot more when we come back. Stay tuned. It's a Man's World.
Every year I'm searching for number one.
Excuse me, sir. Can I help you?
Yes, I found my number one. I'll take it.
The latest looks and the newest trends for home fashion is number one at Living Spaces, located on Old Pound Road.
But it would mean nothing, without a woman or a girl.
And we're back. So,
That's right.
you know, the question is it cool for a woman to want to have two men? Now, we're not talking about, you know, on the side, cheating, running behind it. We're talking about open, you know, I got a Monday guy,
Adult
I got a
relationship.
weekend guy.
Right.
Or maybe, you know, they're both weekend guys. I don't know how it works. But what do you think, man? Would you be cool with that? Dating somebody and she wants
Would I be cool?
plus one?
Would I be cool in knowing that, you know, in the chain of in the pecking order?
Yeah. Well, you'd have to be number one.
I want to be number two.
Number two.
Because I'm the shit.
Yes.
But Lord knows. If men do or are cool with complying with that particular situation, more power to them, really. But the way that the world is going right now, I think that's actually the next step, because we have so many men out there right now living with women who actually have, you know, that understanding that it's all good, you know.
But that's
they're
the first
cool.
thing, an understanding.
It's an understanding, you know. Right.
For me, there are two levels to it.
There's always levels.
Always levels.
There's levels.
Now, on the surface, a lot of men do have this situation, whether it be open or, you know, a little bit less pronounced, less advertised, where you have, you know, a woman and another woman. And that's just a matter of, you know, numbers. Like, you know, we were talking about it off air.
Right.
There's just more women out there.
So the ratio.
The ratio is off.
Right.
So we got to pick up the slack. That's what we got to do. That's our job.
That's right.
Now, women usually have times when they just check out. Mentally, emotionally, they just check out. I don't think it'll work.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think it'll work, because I don't think the women are emotionally equipped. Now, I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Say it.
I'm married, so I don't give a shit.
I'm single, so go ahead. Very single.
You think about it, most women do have periods where, you know, they just check out, and men have it hard enough dealing with one.
Right.
If you have a woman and she has two men to cater for, how is she going to do it? I don't see how it's possible.
As I said,
if it's a clandestine type of operation, you know, we're sneaking in under the radar, and
right.
coming in when the other one goes out, because maybe that guy's not doing his job. That's a different scenario, but we're not even talking about that. We're talking about open, you know, I pick you up on Monday, he picks you up on Tuesday, or we both take you out on Wednesday. I don't think
so. You don't think both of them could actually live in the same house together? Like all three of them? Two guys, one woman?
You know what's going to happen?
What?
The two guys are going to end up with a girl on the side. They're going to be. There is no way one woman can please two men. It's a physical impossibility.
Yes, true. I think when it boils down to sheer nature, it might not necessarily be, but who knows? One might be the oversensitive type, the other one might be the real work hard, you know, regular Joe Schmo kind of guy. Yeah, that dude. At the end of it everybody just comes in. When one picks up,
like
the other one leaves off, and when the one leaves off, I think the biggest thing that's going to be the biggest hindrance is going to be what society thinks.
Well, if it's a sexual relationship, and
Sex is going to be involved.
sex is going to be involved.
We're Caribbean people.
Now,
Sex, rum, bread, religion.
there you go. And avocado.
That's how we are. And avocado.
avocado.
Because we're all about health.
But usually, men have a much higher sex drive than women. And I say this all the time. A man wants more sex than a woman generally, but a woman can have more sex in one session than a man.
I think it's kind of balanced though, but it's like I don't think.
How is she going to manage the fact that normally one guy probably wants sex every day, if not every day, every other day. Now, if you have two guys to deal with, how are you going to please the two guys? That's my question.
Understanding.
No.
It's an understanding.
Listen to me.
It's an
Mother Nature
understanding.
is undefeated.
It's an understanding.
There's no way you can understand when you want sex and you can't get it. There's no understanding.
Yeah, there's no calculator built for that.
You can't do that.
But at the end of the listen, I really don't think that it actually could happen. But for the people, because remember, we have to be impartial here. We have to think about.
No, we don't.
We have to think about
You're right.
our viewers who actually are going through this.
Our viewers are
you
tuning
know.
in because they want to get educated. That's why they're here.
I thought it was because I went to the barber shop twice a week. But still.
Now 3 times. You're here again. Sunday. Wild celebrity stuff.
Celebrity, magically delicious
Went to
barber
Wonderland.
shop.
Check out Wild.
Listen.
Wild
I do share your point that there are going to be a situation. It's going to boil down to territory, being territorial.
Right.
Now, for the relationships, I'm really curious to know how these relationships with the two women to the one man, how that plays out. I'm really curious to know exactly, when does the reciprocity kick in? When does the give and take give in? When does it take effect? Because my thing is, right, just like how the man is gonna want, his time, and women are a lot more emotional than we are, and they're gonna need that particular type of emotional investment. How does he gauge it? How does that one particular person gauge it? And then for the situation when it's two men, and one woman. I mean, what does she do? Which one does she choose to well, basically she puts both of them to sit down and it's like, okay, I'm here to vent.
But this is what it is, because in contrast to what I said about the man's sexual appetite, a woman has an emotional, affectionate appetite,
right?
Where they need constant attention. Whether they're having a good day, they want somebody to share with. They're having a bad day, they want somebody to share with.
Right.
They just sometimes they just need somebody to vent. Like you said, now if the guys are going to be emotionally invested, then that's a plus for her,
right?
Because she's not going to burn one guy out,
right?
And this is a real thing.
When he falls asleep, the other one can tag in.
Yeah, just hey.
Hey,
No, wake up. Your turn.
Come.
But this is a real thing. I mean, because women have a lot of things going on in their mind. Any woman, if they're honest with themselves, their mind goes in 10 different directions simultaneously. Guys are usually more, single-minded and focused. This is not a knock on any one sex or the other. This is just the way I've seen or perceived the sexes. So with that said, yes, I can see the need for. This is why a lot of women have, a guy best friend, because they do like that male perspective. They do like that male levity. They like that male, logic.
Shout out to the guys in the friend zone.
Yeah, you guys do an amazing job.
Poor suckers.
Literally.
Poor. Oh
but,
my God.
This is the situation that we have to deal with. But I think emotionally it's good for her, but I don't think sexually she can manage.
I think society is going to play the bigger part in this whole thing, because once society says it's okay, a lot of people are going to try it out. And then when people start trying it out, that's when everything is going to start to be balanced out. Right now, I don't really think it could work. But with what we're realizing now with society, a lot of things that we probably thought were taboo, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the goalpost is moving every day.
Everybody's moving the goalposts, you know what I mean?
We're talking about goalposts when we come back.
That's right. After these messages.
Beautiful Sunday morning. Wild Celebrity Master Barbershop in the Bendos main road.
It's magically delicious.
It's not fun to look.
Signcom, your number one source for a wide variety of signs for your business. Also the official dealer for Castrol in Antigua. We carry a variety of sizes. At Signcom, we're ready to create your custom design signs, t-shirts, channel letters, electronic signs, billboards, vehicle stickers, feather banners, and road safety signs. We also make trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, and much more. Signcom, located on Factory Road, Painters, St. John's, Antigua. Relocated on the beautiful Dutchman's Bay, Antigua, is La Buzola.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pastifazool, that's amore.
One hasn't lived well, sleep well, loved well, if one hasn't dined well. La Buzola Restaurant on Dutchman's Bay.
But it would mean nothing.
And we're back. And you know, we were having a conversation before. We were talking about how to get a leg up. Is it, you know?
Yeah, we were.
We were talking about
how to get a leg up.
We're into another topic now, especially in Antigua, but more so
in the
rest of the world.
Right.
It's a who you know type of situation.
Right.
And it's always been that way. And you have a problem with this?
I have a problem with the fact that we knew back in the day, it always was about, you know, the politician, right, or that particular person who was linked to a politician, who was going to be linked to somebody who worked in a bank, or, you know, quote unquote, back in the day, you know, if you didn't work in a bank, if you didn't work it for, like, some office place, you know, you weren't, it's like, okay, you needed that particular type of push, right? But what I'm realizing now, and this is the question that we're going to be bantering right now, is the fact that it seems to me like it's the all-inclusive parties, the social scene right now. If you don't drink at a particular bar, if you don't go to, if they have 4 fetes in a month, if you don't go 3 out of the 4 fetes, you know, if you're not in, if you're not in all the albums on social media, it's like you're not relevant anymore. And basically, it's like you're not even considered in this day and age for a particular type of job, because it's all about the image right now.
Right. Well, I hear you, and I understand your position, but I don't have a problem with it. I'll tell you why. No, I'm gonna go.
You have a problem with the segregation that's going on?
No. The segregation is one thing, but I'm talking about even just advancement. Say I come to you for a job, a contract, a position, or whatever, and you don't know me. We don't hang out in the same circles. You're only going off of a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Especially in this day and age, you know that documents can be forged.
Yeah.
You know, origins are a little shady. You know, accreditation is iffy. You got to know who you're dealing with. Now, I've heard people say that, and it's always a big thing in especially talk radio and talk news, where people have a problem with a politician giving a relative or a friend
nepotism.
I have no problem with it. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I run for public office and I win, and a road needs to be built, and my brother builds roads, I'm giving the contract to my brother. Because that's my brother. I can hold him to a higher standard than anybody else.
Okay.
I understand the whole.
So you already have your spot down Perry Bay for the inquiry, sir?
Yeah, but okay, I get that, but we don't live in a perfect world. We need to stop pretending like things are perfectly ideal. It's not gonna ever be that way. So why is it if you elected me and you elected me to do a job, and I tell you the best person to do the job is my brother, my cousin, my sister's boyfriend from when she was going to high school. That might just be the truth. Am I going to automatically rule out people that I know or my family members just to save face when the job needs to be done. What's more important? Now, if the job doesn't get done, that's a different story. I'm not even talking about that aspect of it. I'm just talking about the choice. Now, yes, we have, tendering and whatever. And even when you go for a job, if you come to me for a job and I don't know anything about you socially, because a lot of people think your accreditation, your the letters behind your name are all that matter. Your character plays a big part.
Yeah.
If I don't know you personally, if I don't know you socially, I can't speak to how you're going to perform or how you're going to represent my company.
Okay.
Right? So I personally don't have a problem with it. I actually like it.
Let me jump in here now.
Yeah, sure.
I think that you being hired to do a particular type of job based off your requirements should be the ultimate thing.
Yes.
I don't go to work, and people need to dispel this whole rumor and this whole notion that when you go to work to make friends.
Right.
I'm not saying that we can't line in the same social circles and we can basically coexist in the same social circles, but we don't necessarily have to be buddy-buddy. You know what I mean? If a drain of Black Label still is left in the bottle, you go to the bar, I'm not going to be looking at you like, oh, that's my supervisor. Let him have it. I'll be like, well, there's some Red Label under it, some nasty Red Label under there you can drink. Because I'm getting that Black Label. Let me tell you something. Somebody's character should not be able, I can understand what you're saying is, we live in a world of weirdos. So therefore people want to find out exactly that the person that they're hiring, they want to know a little backstory regarding that person. But listen, if you know, and to give you a small place, usually you don't necessarily know who the person is, but you might know a family member of the particular person.
Correct.
And with you not necessarily participating in the whole social scene, I don't think that should negate you or put you in a particular bracket or alienate you or put a black mark against you because you're not that dude. You can just not be a person who likes a big crowd. That doesn't necessarily mean that, oh, he's going to be working in an office around other people. How can he not like crowds? If you're in an office, you're basically assigned to a particular position, and if you are assigned to a team, you're going to be assigned a particular task. So therefore, your particular task is going to contribute to that team, to the company, to the business that makes it. I can understand what you're saying about you need to understand what type of person the person is. That's where the interview process comes into play. You can only, yes, you are only going to be asking a particular basic set of questions, but I don't expect you to ask some person, boxes of briefs, that kind of particular thing.
I like box of briefs, by the way.
Me too, shout out. My thing is, right, at the end of the day, you should basically have your questions garnered in such a way that you then get to, basically what you're trying to do, you're trying to find if that person is the best fit for the position that's advertised, right? How the person's characteristics or personal outgoing or not outgoing, if they're like that particular thing, I don't think that should be like a particular factor. My thing is, right, and I can understand what you're saying about the whole you hiring your brother or your family member to do a particular job because you basically trust that person. And I can understand a lot of politicians who do that. Because
but it's frowned upon though.
It's frowned upon because, but it's weird to me how, you're a politician, you're in a particular type of position, you can't expect this person to go out and get a job because the first thing they're going to say, your daddy have money.
Right.
Your daddy minister this or this and that.
Right.
So why am I hiring you?
Yeah.
And then if you don't give them a job, and then when you do give them a job, it's still a problem. But then if you were to sit back and wait on the selection process or public scrutiny, they would never get a job. So I can understand the whole thing. But then, if you are going to have a job, you have to advertise it, and there should be some sort of vetting process where the best possible person is put into that position, whether or not your brother, your son, your daughter, or whoever you think in your mind. There still should be a wider selection process to get that particular job done to the best of its ability. You understand?
I'm going to come back on that, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more, and then we're going to wrap up when we come back after this message. And we're going to talk about some other things. But when we come back, check out the team as well.
Please do.
Check out our Facebook page, check out our YouTube channel, and come to WAG Celebrity
Master Barbershop.
There's no sign.
There's no sign because
just start to mumble. Everybody knows
the name's too long for the side.
Just gonna have.
We don't know what font to use. We just don't know. Times Roman.
Times Roman every time.
Arial Narrow. Lucida.
Yes. However, it is not everybody who will live by what Christ do. So which means you may not be a Christian. You may not be a Christian because you don't follow the teachings of Christ. What you do is just live from day to day, doing what you choose to do, as opposed to following what the word of God says. And that is the clear distinction that I am making in relation to what you are saying.
We are Christian-minded society. Morning, hey, we are Christian-minded society. Just that. Simple.
You understand? So don't use that whole thing and make it sound as if we're not a Christian society. The Christian society is based on a cultural idea and cultural outlook as to what we do repeatedly. We go to church on a Sunday. We use the King James Version as the Bible, but that doesn't make you a Christian.
We're talking about society.
But that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the society. What does the society predominantly do? The society predominantly goes to church on a Sunday. They read the King James Version. It doesn't matter if you're Christian Union Mission, Moravian, Anglican, Catholic. They all use the King James Version. So that makes us a Christian society. It doesn't make you a Christian. Because being a Christian, you have to have that personal relationship with God. You understand? Being a Christian, you must have that personal relationship with God. And most people who go to church may not have it. And that is the distinction between what you are saying and what I am saying.
Relocated on the beautiful Dutchman's Bay, Antigua is La Busola.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay tarantella. When the stars make you drool, just like a pastifazool, that's amore.
One hasn't lived well, sleep well, loved well, if one hasn't died well. La Busola Restaurant on Dutchman's Bay.
And we're back, and I wanted to touch on something that you mentioned because you brought up team.
Right.
Now, this is a real thing. I get you that your job or your qualifications should speak for themselves, but again, we don't live in a fairy tale society. The fact of the matter is, and me personally, I work better with people that I can get along with. Now, if you're working in a group environment where I have to depend on you, you have to depend on me, we have to be able to communicate.
Right.
If you're an introvert and you're working in a team, that's going to be a problem. No, it's a weird thing. I'll give you an analogy. The Spurs, San Antonio Spurs basketball team have
trash
22, I think, consecutive winning seasons.
Trash.
No, when they draft and select players, they don't go for the most talented players. They never do. You never see they draft the high draft pick.
They have an excellent coach.
Always draft guys who fit in with the culture.
Right.
And they win.
Right.
Record every year. That speaks volumes to me.
Yeah, but it's still a trash team.
The Spurs.
Yep.
It's a trash team.
Trash team.
Anyway,
on
we're
camera.
gonna get off of that. So
on camera.
It's November coming into December. I hope you all enjoyed your independence. Kinda.
We had an independence celebration.
Well, we celebrated.
It's kind of quick.
We celebrated answering to the Queen. We're going to talk about Christmas and what are you going to do for Christmas?
I'm going to basically do the same thing I've done for the past couple of years, just after crying for about 3 hours because I'm all alone. I'm definitely going to get a little tipsy. But I'm going to get a little tipsy around, my friends, because that's what I do. I've done something a little bit different this year. I'm definitely, unashamedly throwing out exactly what I want for Christmas gifts this is. Oh yeah. Seriously, if you want to be that person to make me happy and to take credit for me being happy,
in the Caribbean.
Pay attention to my Facebook post for the next couple of days.
You want to, was it polo red?
Polo red and polo blue.
And blue.
Yes, I do.
You go both sides?
Bipartisan.
I like that.
That's how I am.
Personally, I don't like gifts. Well, let me not say I don't like gifts. I don't like gifts at Christmas. I'll tell you why.
Of course, me not.
I find personally people spend a lot of effort in either Christmas, birthday, anniversary.
It should be a lot more spontaneous, right?
And then Tuesday gets lost, Wednesday gets lost, Thursday gets lost. Why can't every day be special?
It's just like Mother's Day.
Yeah, so you find what happens is you might go all out for Christmas, you might go all out for the birthday, but then you got to downplay the rest of the days because you got to come big for that day. So every other day gets lost. Why can't every day be special? Why can't any day be special?
Because it's a commercial thing now.
It is a commercial thing, but that's what they push. But that doesn't mean you have to buy into it. So me personally, all my friends know this. Everybody that is close to me know this. I don't like gifts, especially around those times.
Well, I've never gotten gifts. I've never gotten gifts. That's why I think this year. Well, I'm lying. I did get a lot of gifts last year for my birthday. I did. Leading up to my birthday, for my birthday, and everything. But I got the works, But definitely for Christmas, I've never really gotten a gift, and I'm usually like the one giving something, So I'm just hoping this year.
Is company, it's family, it's friends. Come over, have a drink.
And the pork.
Always the ham. If you have
and
ham,
the pork.
Leave a comment right there. Send your location. I'm gonna check you out. Boxing Day. It's a man's world. I'm gonna be there.
And none of that cancerous ham either.
No,
cut that away. Cut that away.
Cut out the ham for Christmas. Be real.
Leave the ham in Christmas. I think we should just skip Independence and just have pre-Christmas and then Christmas.
You're gonna do it now.
If I was Prime Minister, if I was Prime Minister, the things that I would do, I'd make Seaview Farm Main Road a one-way road.
Right.
I'd give everybody a Grace Farm a garage so they won't have to park on the road.
Where would you fit the garage?
On that. Schematics. Schematics.
I'm with you.
And I'd just do away with the whole Independence thing. We already had it in 81. We're good. We didn't want that celebration.
I don't think we had it in that.
We don't need to get back to that. We're good.
Biggest load of hogwash I've ever seen. You're independent, but you're not. Kinda. Almost. Not really.
Independence what? Bah humbug.
But tell us what you're doing for Christmas, man. Tell us what the celebrations are. Tell us where the lime is. Tell us.
It's a man's world.
I'm coming over.
It's a man's world.
Like our Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
That's right. And keep giving us your comments. We definitely need your comments. And keep commenting on all comments that we put on the page also. We want to hear. Yes, right. Comment on the comments. We're not always right.
It's a man's world. Coming to you from Wide
Celebrity, Master, Barbershop.
At the end of the segment, I finally got it right.
That's right.
I'm gonna get my hair cut.
That's right. I'm gonna watch him get his hair cut.
It's a man's world. Good night, everyone.
Pick a stand up.
It's always up.
And that's the reality.
Stand up.
Viagra?
No, we don't need to. All natural.
Yes.
All natural. Blowing bread. It's the yeast.
Rising. That's why they're all standing up.
Keep rising to the top.
Next week, Nike sings.
Yeah, we should have a singing episode.
No. You can do a duet with Jason. I heard he sings.
DJ Energy.
That's what he says.
No, honestly. Seriously.